Hello, 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 chaps. It's turn 79, and no big battles occurred this turn. Machaka raided me on these two provinces, but it's just province defense dying. No real battles against Rus. I killed the temple in Machaka's capital using Call the Tesso. I cast Release Throne Power over here, which gives me this very nice feature, which will make it very easy to call my god back if he does die. Although actually, won't this disappear if the... Won't this actually die if... Oh, okay, so this is a sort of permanent site. So yeah, if he dies, this will come back. Although because he's the caster, I thought it might disappear, but whatever. So we gained enough gold. We gained like 800 gold from casting Throne Power. Let's see it in the messages. So it easily paid for its cost. So I might do it up here as well. Although it's more likely that once I claim this throne, I'll be roaring right back here. Because I might be on the cusp of a throne rush. All I need to do is, after I've claimed these two thrones, this one and this one. Oh, and this one, it gives you order scales. It gives you an order scale, which is why I haven't claimed it previously, because of the Chaos Power thing. But at this point, it's worth it to claim it. And at least I get more Dominion spread, because it's pretty nice to be potentially Dominion killing Machaka. But yeah, once I've claimed those two, I'll have 5 thrones claimed. And that means I can move my forces onto this province, and they can, I'll have already taken this one. So then the question will be, can I take this province and this province? Can I claim this throne and secure these 2 thrones as well? Pelagia seems like a weak player in my opinion, so I think I can take on Pelagia underwater. I might need the Sea Kings over here to help me with that. And this province, kind of tough, because I'll have to fight for it. But if is unprepared or doesn't see me coming, then I can do that. I think he'll definitely be prepared to make some sort of opposition to me. But anyway, that's the overall story of this turn. I'm still increasing my research and stuff. Why is it that low? I thought it was higher. I must have taken someone off research, I guess. I thought it was much higher. Something is odd there. I must have moved some people off researching. Oh well, like these guys. So I've got loads of Mound Kings running around as usual with the free spawn whatever these guys are called. The free spawn Shikome, the free spawn demons, the wolves, the foul spawn, the free spawn undead from sites, the corpse constructs. It's a lot of chaff being moved around, and a lot of very Chad mages and Dione. Oh, and I had a huge gold surplus this turn because of the 800 from the event, and also because we're at record high income. Record low black unemployment right now. And I think that's about it. There might be a few more things to say. Oh yeah, so there's some pop kill going on in Norville still. So this is now down to 3,000 people. I'm finally going to patrol here with Split Skull just to try and kill this Harvester of Sorrows. It's getting annoying. Over here there's some more pop kill going on in Duvan. So obviously disease doesn't affect demons, but this guy Raijin is actually not a demon. So he actually got diseased from it. And I can cure him of disease once I get access to a laboratory. But for now I've given him the Ring of Regen. That's about all there is to say about that. So, trying to think what I'm doing. Well, I'm mind hunting these raiders, the Were Hyena and the Transformed Giant, who, like I said, they only killed PD, so it doesn't matter. Dominion spread chances per month are up to 64. Dominion strength is at 16, so it's just crushing people. If Machaka doesn't have a little kingdom down here, if he doesn't have a load of temples down here, which I think he might not, I'm sending scouts to see who rules this area, then he will get dom killed pretty soon. He's only got 6 candles left here. We can see that he has no candles in this province. So he might have very few here next to Here is next to 3 Atlantean temples, because this is Atlantis. So how many candles can he have here? So Machaka might be about to die, and if he keeps pulling this army back, I might actually decide to not fight him. I might actually pussy out and just continue to cast Call the Tesso on his temples and try and Dominion kill him. There has to be something else that I'm doing this turn that's interesting. Oh yeah, this guy is moving over to the blood discount site still, so he'll cast 1 Vampire Lord every turn after that. Oh yeah, I'm training a sorceress, so this province has sorceresses, which are very nice. Very nice to have. In fact, just to make sure the unrest stays manageable, I'm going to increase the PD there. Because sorceresses are pretty good, and this is a commander point bonus fort, so I can train 1 every other turn. It's not every 4 turns. I'm moving a force into here, just a little sieging force of chaff really, with some ice elementals. Trying to think what else there is to say. Oh yeah, Machaka got Global Arcane Nexus. So this is another reason why, I don't know, maybe I should charge into him, maybe I should try and hope he gets Dom killed, because he's going to have so many Pels left over to cast stuff. And he probably has good research, and he has a high Astral, he has at least Astral 6 on his god, so he probably has like Astral 8, Astral 9 in battle with that. Maybe he could cast Master and Slave if his research is extremely good, which it could be. So we'll see about that. And I'm building some temples in these places, obviously, for obvious reasons. I'm just going to siege this one and not invade it because what's it called? The bloody altars are just very tanky and very dangerous with casts of leech and summon imps, that kind of thing. Trying to think what else there is to say. I don't think there's much else to say. Yeah, I think that's about it for this turn. There was something else, though. There was something else that's interesting. Well, research is up to 1770. But yeah, there was something else I was doing. It wasn't hugely important, but it was mildly interesting. Oh yeah, I'm forging an armor of Twisting Thorns. So with one of these Naminaris, like this one actually, I'll just move her in to make sure I have them available. I want to have a nature caster with my armies to cast mass regen. So with the Armour of Twisting Thorns and the Thistle Mace, that'll bring her up to Nature 3. And I think that's enough to cast Mass Regen, which is all I really want. I also have this highly empowered and geared Naminari over here. She's Nature 7. Not really sure what to do with that, or why I have it, or what the point is, but I'm casting Awakened Tree Lord at Storn Woods. Now I suspect that the Tree Lords are actually a global limited summon, so they might have already all been summoned, but I just can't be bothered to check or think about it anymore. I'm casting one on this province. If it's an immobile, that's nice. I have an immobile guardian for this throne province. And I'm casting Hitobashira here and here, but I don't know why I have to tell you in advance, because I'm just going to tell you next turn anyway. But yeah, this is the main option for winning the game right now, is attacking this triangle. The other option is going for this throne, maybe instead of this one. I could leave this one because will fight me for it, and I could fight Atlantis for this one instead. And that covers turn 79. Did I do any research this turn? I didn't hit a research milestone, but in 2 more research steps I'll have construction 8, which might be interesting. There might be some artifacts left over, which other people can't access. And I should think about these things actually. Golem construction. I could maybe make it golem. I can cast weapons of sharpness. That's an important idea. That's basically it. What's Iron Flies like? Is this any good? Might be interesting. Anyhow, that is turn 79. See you chaps next time. Hello chaps, it's turn 80, and the big story of this turn is, of course, that I got kicked off this fort. He won this battle. So let's jump in and see that first. Oh, actually, yes, I should show you what he actually brought. I'll show you the overview of the battle. So he brought an awful lot of people. I didn't think he would bring this many, especially the Adepts of the Iron Order. It's interesting that he had 9 of those lying around. Although it is turn 80, so that's reasonable. He's still got his Dione. He's got 3 Liches, some Moon Mages, a Spider Clan Sorcerer, some Water Sprites, both of which died. So his losses were actually very heavy. He still has most of these mages, but almost 30% of them died. And then something like 60% of his actual troops, although mostly it was the lower value ones that died. Now on my side, I did not lose any Daini, I did not lose the Dai Tengu, and I didn't lose any Sea Kings. They all retreated successfully. So I did lose the Shura, who's quite valuable for leadership, and I did lose 3 Mound Kings and a Necromancer, which is mildly annoying, and I lost a bunch of Communion Slaves, which is definitely a blow to my power. And quite a lot of these troops, though, escaped. So they escaped into these 2 adjoining provinces, and 3 of these commanders are fast enough to actually move patrol onto here. I'm going to try and defend Zion, assuming that's where he goes next. While the others are just going to go and counter-raid here, and assume he attacks me there. So, what am I looking at? In fact, I should definitely be attacking him here, because he doesn't appear to have any serious commanders there. It's just troops. So, I feel confident about my ability to reinforce this. I actually screwed up the battle that happened this turn by scripting my Dai Tengu with the Communion Master item to cast Fog Warriors on the first turn. And now that's actually earlier than the Communion Slaves were able to cast Communion Slave. So he didn't actually have his boosted paths to cast Fog Warriors with, so he actually ended up casting Air Shield, Arrow Fend instead, which is relatively useless. So this time I'm doing it properly. I'm getting him to cast some spells first before he casts Fog Warriors. And I've got a Communion Slave here who is Astral. I've got this guy who's a Communion Slave. And then I've got this guy and this guy both using the Communion Slave items. And I've had them lying around for dozens of turns now. And I was beginning to think, am I stupid to have made those? Did I screw up by making them and then just having them lying around in my laboratory? But no, finally I am vindicated, and it's been proven conclusively that that was a good idea. So I've got some nifty things here. I've got the Watcher, I've got obviously another load of demons, and I've got all of my Daini participating that were there last turn, except for this guy. So somehow in the course of the battle he got hugely afflicted and lost both of his arms. He didn't get muted though. So anyway, the story with him is that I'm going to empower him in blood. I'm going to give him a blood booster, one of those daggers, and then he's going to cast Blood Feast once or twice, so that he can go out and stomp around in the world again. So it's definitely nice to have blood income for that. I'm about to show you this battle. I'm getting distracted. Speaking of which, this guy is not casting Vampire Lord. He's casting Bind Archdevil, and that's because I don't know who else is actually a blood power. Now, may have become a blood power by building loads of bloody altars. Rus certainly has some blood income from that. Atlantis probably wouldn't bother because he's underwater. Machaka might have some disease demons, or they might be coming from a national spell or a site of some kind. But anyway, the upshot is, I suspect I'm the only one who can actually cast the spell and summon the Archdevils. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to nabble the Archdevils, which is pretty nice, if I can. But I'll still hopefully have enough Blood Slaves left over to cast Blood Feast on this guy, and also the other Daini who got horribly afflicted trying to storm one of these forts. Where is he? Yeah, he's here. He got horribly, horribly afflicted. So he's going to be going in for some nice blood feasting too. And in fact, I sent him in to storm a fort, and he ran away after getting very afflicted by these astral mages. Meanwhile, this guy actually just straight up died. So I knew it was a stupid idea to storm the forts with Daini, but I did it anyway, and now I feel like an idiot, because I did something that I myself said was stupid. But, let's finally start this bloody battle. In fact, let's give you a second look at what was in here, so you can pause the video if you want to really peruse it in great detail. Now, I think this report, this is what actually happened, but I think the battle itself displays a bit differently. It's very strange, though. So he has the Nethgul somewhere in this army. Fortunately, it didn't charm any Daini this time. And boy, oh boy, did he cast a lot of spells this turn. He cast a huge amount of spells. And really, that's why I lost. So did you catch everything he just cast? Because I sure didn't. So he had these guys, and they did a Gifts from Heaven communion, which was pretty effective. I think they got 100 kills or 60 kills or something. Now, luckily, they actually missed all of my important guys, like the Sea Kings and the Dionys, because they would have killed them in one shot. So, as I previously mentioned, I cast Arrowfend instead of Fog Warriors because of that scripting error. So he's cast Relief, Wailing Winds with a Lich, and Demon Cleansing cast by a Water Sprite. How much do you need to actually cast Demon Cleansing? Okay, so he's got Water 4 to do that. Now, somehow a lot of his mages actually died, and I think they must have been standing next to units with the Disease Aura or the Heat Aura or something. Otherwise, I'm not really sure why they died. I mean, these guys haven't got Temper Flesh cast on them, which they really should, because it gives you 5 fire resistance. You can see how this Lich is completely fatigued out. And it's from this guy, it's from his Bless. Heat Aura is just a terrible Bless, because of, not even necessarily because of, just because it's such a nuisance. And player time, player attention, player morale is very important in this game, because playing this game takes a lot of attention and thought and dedication. Are these guys routing? Yeah, they're already routing from Wailing Winds. So part of why I didn't suffer any serious casualties this fight of like commanders is probably because I got HP routed quite quickly. So he's casting Mass Protection. So they've got... I'm not really seeing it, actually. Oh, I think maybe he cast... Yeah, he cast a Battlefield Confusion spell. Oh, that was another reason why he lost some troops. He cast Confusion, and I think that has a chance to make... Yeah, you have a 20% chance of striking at your friends. So look at this little ball of people here. Some of his mages are on fire, some of them are going to be hitting each other. So that's why he lost some of these mages, I think. I don't think I killed them. Now the battle list after the battle shows my Dionys getting 207 kills, and certainly he did lose a lot of troops, but I wonder if that's due to Phoenix Pyre or melee, or if it's just a replay bug. I don't know really, because in this replay it looks like I get HP routed already by the Koani, and then everyone just runs away. So I finally cast Darkness, but everything else, he's got Mist, he's got Relief, Wailing Winds, and Demon Cleansing. He's also cast, yeah, he's cast Mass Protection and Regeneration by now too. He is suffering some friendly fire though. Hey, what the hell is this? What? Where did this come from? I'm so... What? It's not even flying. How did it turn up here? What the fuck? Okay. I'm gonna have to screenshot this and send it to him. It must be some sort of battlefield summon. Did I summon it? Oh yeah, he also cast Howl in this battle. Now what was that? I just cast a buff that affected everyone, and I don't know what it was. Or maybe this was Demon Cleansing again or something? I don't know what that was. Everyone just went blue. Was it anti-magic? No? Okay, was it mass flight? Right, I cast mass flight. I did cast mass flight. So maybe that's how I got some of my casualties in. So the dragons come in at the back and start wailing on people. Like this guy gets chonked, even though he's got pretty decent protection. Wow, this is a strong dragon. But I've got flying water elementals. They've got to be able to do something. Maybe not against Body of Flames, which makes you ethereal. Now, supposedly he lost 140, like a lot of these Clockwork Warriors, but I didn't see it happen the first time. So anyhow, now that Mass Flight has gone off, I've got some people attacking the rear, and maybe I did actually kill some of his mages myself. You can see how his Gifts from Heaven Communion is just asleep, and it's very frustrating to see. Although actually Temper Flesh wouldn't be good enough to keep you awake in the face of Heat Aura once you cast Mass Protection. It's very frustrating for him to see, less so for me. Now where the hell are my Dione? Is this his Dione? I think this is his. Yeah, that's his Dione. I've got a Dione who's just sitting around casting spells. But he does have a leeching helmet. Yeah, these dragons are doing some pretty good work. They killed a lot of these demons before they could retreat. Now this has to be a bug, right? This guy... Oh no, he's not routing. Is he... Oh, he's confused, that's why. That's why they're not moving. Is this my Dione? I think this is mine. Yeah, Yoshiyuki the Oni Spirit. And he's got Phoenix Pyre up. I've also got Toshiro the... No, that's his. Okay, so my guy was set to attack largest, I think. And you can see how he's getting... Oh, is he going to get killed by these 9 warriors? I mean, we know he doesn't. But it's still kind of weird. Oh, he's actually not stunned, so he can repel them really easily. I mean, look at this. 9 attack skill. No. 9 defense skill and 9 morale versus 34 attack skill. So they literally can't hit him. Although they just did hit him. What the hell? How did that... How is that even possible? He's got 6 reinvigoration though, so he's kind of okay. And also in spirit form they have 0 encumbrance, which is pretty interesting. Do I have any Dione back here? No, but I have some sea trolls. Some of his guys are starting to flee. And yeah, we've been completely routed over here. This Sea King got set on fire a bit, and he doesn't have any fire resistance. But it looks like he's going to use his mass flight to flee very easily. That's an interesting aspect of mass flight. I've always thought of it as allowing you to attack the enemy very aggressively, but actually it's also very useful for just fleeing, like this. So she is routing, she's not unconscious, but she might be confused. Now will she be able... She's got Twist Fate active. Will she be able to flee? And she's... Go on, run away, run away. Are they still communion slaves? But the master has fled, so they should be able to escape. This guy is blood surged. Where is my Dione? So it looks like this guy may have scored a lot of kills with Phoenix Pyre. He's slowly getting knocked unconscious. Oh yeah, this is the guy who got both of his arms chopped off. The battle is basically over at this point, and yeah, he dies, has the fatigue, what is it? He has the remaining stamina to come back to life. So now he's over here. Is this Yoshiyuki? Yeah. Still hasn't lost his arms. Weirdly, okay, so he is routing, but he's unconscious right now. So now he's routing and but he's below 100 fatigue. Does he flee? Okay, so he flees at that point, and now let's have a look and see if this is a replay bug. Let's filter by owner. Yeah, that must be a replay bug. In this replay, it shows him retreating before he loses his arms. But you could see how he was about to get killed while being below 100 fatigue, in which case the cycle could have continued with him killing loads of people with Phoenix Pyre and then getting 207 kills that way. So, damn it, there's so many units in this, several thousand. It looks like in this replay, Machaka only had maybe like 25% casualties, but in the message from after the battle it shows a lot more than that. It shows that he lost most of his forces. So that was probably Yoshiyuki getting a whole load of Phoenix Pyre resurrections off. So that's a nice proof of concept. Anyhow, that is the main story of this turn, along with these 2 failed stormings in Rus. We've got movement against PD over here. Oh, and very lucky here. So Nakshan is one of these 2 provinces that my troops retreated to. And he actually failed to raid it because the ghosts made the transformed giants get afraid and run away. So that was very good. Then there is, I think he ran away here or here, so he's still alive. And then there was Zion. He also tried to cut off my retreat into Zion. He definitely planned to win this. And the Hanya just dumpstered this Harvester of Sorrows in melee. He flew into her, she cast Hand of Death, and then she hit him twice. And this is an ethereal guy, but she hit him twice with her claw for 20 damage, when a claw is a non-magical 13 damage attack. So she did very well there. So both of his attempts, he only managed to cut off my retreat into this province. The other 2 provinces I was able to retain. So I am about to claim this throne over here, but I've changed my mind about claiming this throne. It's not just the fact that I gain an order scale, which is bad. It's the fact that people will notice that I've claimed an order throne, and that'll make them think that I'm throne rushing. Although they're going to think that pretty soon anyway. But also, the main reason I've decided to delay it is because I want to defend this province, right? And I'm not so keen on being able to do that without every single Dione that I can in position. I want them all there, and I want, speaking of moving people into position, she's going to forge another of these boots for the map movement. Those are such amazing items. So we have some Hanya upgrades, some wolves, some corpse construction. I cast Awakened Tree Lord on this province, and I got this guy. So I don't know if that's the last of the Tree Lords, or if there's 2 more I could summon. I might summon some more if I find I have a lot of nature gems piling up. So he's going to forge a dowsing rod and do some blood hunting for now. He can do some more useful things in future, I guess. But that's nice to have a really tanky high path mage and a throne. Failed to kill Garib, a transformed giant who was very heavily geared. But I did... Oh, and I lost a Hanya to a Mind Hunt. Another failure to kill Garib. Now I fortified both of these thrones, this one and this one, with Heto Bashira, which kills half of the population there, but like I keep saying, it's totally worth it. I cast Call the Tesso on this province and deleted this temple, although he actually didn't defend this province against raids like I thought he might. Next, he's rebuilt this temple, so I'm going to cast Call the Tesso again on this province, and hope he doesn't have some kind of dome spell that's really good against killing Dionys or something. Because there are spells that you can do to prevent ritual attacks like that. So what else has happened? Cornelius the Scout died to a enemy Mind Hunt. I found Exobothia an enchanted tower. That's, oddly, it's right next to Russia's capital, so I don't know how full his site searching really was, because I don't think this is a high path site, it's just a +1 earth gem. Captured, this is pretty good blood hunting. Let's do the thing I did in the Lanka PBM and add them up. So that's 37, 47, 57, 66... 74 blood slaves, not terrible at all. This was another disease demon who picked the wrong guy to tussle with and got his arms chopped off. This is the guys that I'm going to take on with the Hanya that I mentioned earlier over here. Blightlands. Newland, well, already talked about this battle at great length. Laria, that's the one that Musmaji, the hyena raided, and I killed him with mind hunts. Did I show you that? Yeah, Musmaji died to a mind hunt. Then we've got Urperi, yeah, just some raids that aren't terribly interesting. Events, loads of pop kill events this turn, loads of negative events, but oh well. Also, I think I know what this is. I think this is actually... Yeah, this is Well of Misery. I've been thinking this is some DE message, but it's actually just Well of Misery. And then we've got some patrols going on, and people are starting to starve here, but I don't actually... I thought these were all demons. Okay, so these bodyguards are starting to starve to death. That doesn't matter. They cost a lot of upkeep anyway. And regen will keep them alive while they're diseased, so it doesn't really matter. Also, I think he has... Is there a deadly disease spreading Pachooch in Pachooch? I think he might be using something to disease people on top of Pachooch, because this guy's diseased. This guy's diseased, so I had to switch the regen ring onto him to counter that, so he won't lose HP. But anyway, I'm going to storm Pachooch. Is it Pachooch? No, it's Pazooch. Pazooch. I'm sure that makes sense if you're Polish. But I'm storming this castle. Oh, it's actually... No, that doesn't cause disease. So I'll get some gems. I'll get another fort. You know, the usual, nothing amazing. I should probably just advance this army towards his capital, to be honest. In fact, maybe I will do that. But slow and steady wins the race. That's what I did to him over here, and it kind of backfired. So I'm just going to take this fortress. It's going to be mine. He'll have to besiege it down if he wants to get me out of a fortress that's next to his cap circle in future. What else has happened? Well, let's have a look at the throne claiming situation. I've got 3 now. There's 2 more in my territory, one of which I'm about to claim. There's one I'm about to conquer from Machaka, and there's one that I can probably take from Pelagia pretty easily. There's, oddly, 2 unclaimed thrones that are not in my territory. So Atlantis could actually have 4, and could actually have 4 as well in their territory for all I know. And in fact, Atlantis might be heading towards a throne rush of their own, because they're taking this throne from Rus now. So I'm moving my scout over there to see what's going on. I'm also mind hunting this province, just in case he doesn't have astral guys there, and in case I can delay the siege. Because troops on top of a besieged fort, they only actually contribute to sieging if they're under the command of a commander with the siege, maintain siege order. So if they're just dossing around in that province, they won't advance the siege. I think that covers it. That covers this turn. Oh hey, the blood hunting's going fairly well there. Moving these 2 blood hunters around into these 2 provinces because of unrest. But in future I might be able to start seriously blood hunting with wolf patrollers now that I'm summoning wolves and also these foul spawn. And I'm doing the usual things with a couple more research items and a couple more revenants to research a bit more. Research is up to 1845. And that's a nice big number now. I feel like I don't need to boost my research much further now. Corpse constructs are piling up here. And so on. Let's masturbate again over the score graphs. So provinces have gone up. Forts have gone up. Income. Yeah, I actually... Forts have gone up by 2 with the 2 Hitobashira costs. Income is at a record high. Gem income kind of easing up a bit, actually. Research curving up a little bit. Dominion going up, 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 up. And army size has actually gone down because I finally lost a battle again. Ascension points, I'm now clearly in the lead. Yeah, that's another thing I nearly forgot, is Dominion spread. So with Machaka winning these battles, I could probably defeat him, even though I said that before I lost this battle. Because he's got this huge army here, loads of mages that managed to beat me, right? But he still lost mages, where I didn't lose any big mages. And I have this army that's actually stronger than the one I had here. This was the second army that I'd cobbled together. This is the OG army that this is like the full... This is the army that came through here, I think. I think I went like this with this army or something. So, I mean, with some reinforcements from up here when it was conquering Rus. But this is the OG army. So it's got this guy with all of these items that he's had on him for ages, and it's got Raijin. It's actually got 2 air mages, which is stupid and redundant, and I don't know why I'm doing it that way. They're both scripted to cast Fog Warriors and Mass Flight. What am I thinking? This guy needs to escape from this place of plague and get his disease cured, while this guy can... Ah, this is where... I wondered where I put these. So he's wearing them. And that's why he has 12 reinvigoration. Pretty nice stuff. I might give him an armor of reinvigoration, the earth armor. In fact, this guy can forge another earth reinvigoration armor. Can never get enough items. I love these games where it's early age and you have loads of commanders you want to gear. Like, late age games can be pretty bleak with the low gem supply and all of these little old human communion slaves that you're not going to gear. It's much more fun in early age, to be honest. I can see why people just don't like the late era much at all. I originally liked the late era, but I just don't now. Because it's just not fun. In early age, you just have so many gems, and gems are fun. And monsters and giants are fun. And then in the late ages and middle age, they're just not really there. And communions, are communions fun? Well, they're strong, they're interesting. I don't know about calling them fun, though. Don't know about that. I can summon another air mage at some point. I can summon a new big air mage every few turns with this air income. But that covers it. That covers turn 80. Toodles, see you chaps next time.